Round 3. Make sure everything's clear, chamber, no shells are left inside of it. So I know folks are still having some issues with this, but there's some other things I'd like to go over this on this that I noticed. You want to make sure, maybe these newer ones, you have to remove that 2mm set screw. So I've already loosened that up, so save us a little time. And I've also taken the muzzle brake off and the shroud. So here's the deal. People are having a lot of issues still taking these apart, and they should upgrade the videos themselves. So what I do is I just tap it right here. Remember, this is plastic, so you don't want to break it. So you just want to let the hammer swing and do its own work. It's kind of tough to see it and do it. So, but here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I did it in 4. Now, I've done this a bunch, and I'm telling you, it's still not easy. And I've seen one video where the guy just pulled it right off. I was like, dude, what the hell? And that's when I discovered that there was a 2mm screw there, because he said his was missing, but it didn't matter because the shroud held it in place. Well, the shroud loosens up. So that set screw is actually, I believe it's there for a reason, because I know that I'll shoot maybe 10 rounds and I got to tighten this bad boy up. You know, it's not really bad, but I still got to give it a couple clicks. So that comes right off now. You can see, and I just want you all to know that this is plastic. So if you whack it real hard and break it, it's on you. I'm just letting the hammer, tap it, and it might take 10 taps. But if you whack it real hard and break that, and break this here, you're gonna be pissed. And I don't want to be mad at me, because on this gun, on this rifle, this shotgun, I use the sight, but I don't really. I mean, I got a little red dot on there, so I don't. And it's already zeroed in with this. And it's amazing. It's fun shotgun, but I do want to go over one other thing that I noticed is you want to take and lock your deal back here again, and you want to lock it back in place with that little last round deal here, and you want that bolt to go all the way back so that you can take this and actually remove it easily. Be careful, because that sucker will come back like a mousetrap if you're not careful. So I do mine vertical, and I take it apart, and then I hold my hand around it, because there's 2 C-clips in here. If you lose one, you're going to be pissed, because I lost one. It fell out, and I was doing this in my living room, went underneath one of my couches. I'm like, what the hell? But anyway, after I moved all my furniture, I finally found it on the last couch that I moved. I only have 3 couches, just left, right, and center. But it was on the last one I looked at, of course, but, it did freak me out. So you want to put your hand around it. When you take this off, you want to keep your hand around it so you can remove all this. And that's how you change this piston out. These pistons, this is for the high, and that's for the low. You mix them up, you're going to be hating life, because you're going to have problems. The low or for the lows, 1300s, you start out. 1300s, I guarantee you're not going to have any problems with these right here. These are Walmart low brass, easier to load with the low brass. The high brass, I tried them and I was like, man, they keep getting stuck right here. They're hard to put in. These low brass, they load real easy, and I had very little issues. I didn't have any issues with those. I did break it in with the 1500s though, man. That was a big mistake. Holy crap, 1500 feet per second. My shoulder still hurts thinking about it. So this is what I discovered. This loosened up after 10 rounds. You want to make sure that's tight. I tightened it by hand. I hand tightened it, and then that didn't seem to do it. So I went ahead and used the tool that came with it, and I used a spanner wrench on it. I tightened it pretty good, but I didn't shoot it afterwards. I was already out of shells when I was done checking this, and that I didn't get a chance to test it. I haven't got a chance to test it yet. Maybe next weekend. So I do want you to know that this is plastic. It will break if you whack it. So be careful. Take your time doing it. It's not a big deal. It is frustrating. Yeah, I know, man. I'm there with you. But I did want to update this, because this, I think, is pretty serious stuff. You want to make sure that's tight. I'm debating on whether to put some Loctite on it. I don't see a reason why I would have to take the barrel off, maybe for a thorough cleaning. But I will say this. On the barrel, there are 3 ports. You want to make sure there's no cosmoline. On this one here, there was cosmoline in there, and it was blocking 2 of the 3 holes. And I'm glad I took it all apart. And you do want to be sure to make sure that this you put your hand around it when you're taking it apart, because there's 2 C-clips in there. You lose those, you're going to be hating life. And there's other videos on it. I was going to do a video on it, but there's already a couple of videos of guys who've already done it. I can't add to it. So I just wanted to bring that up, because that is, to me, an issue. And you want to be safe. You want to be safe when you're shooting. You check it out. Doesn't take once you whack this thing off, and you get it off, you do want to check it. And I think it. You know, I was actually able with 2 hands. I was able to actually be able to karate chop it off, chop chop chop, and it came off. The hammer thing. That was that. It's rare that I ever have to do that. When I'm doing it one-handed, yeah, it's tough, because I'm not. I can't hold the shotgun while I tap it with my hand. Anyways, folks, I hope you guys are having fun with these. If you got it, and if you're still having problems with that, try taking the screw completely out, and that might be the problem. Maybe they redesigned it. Look for more screw holes or whatever, because there's mine. There's no 2 set screws on there. So, anyways, happy shooting. Be safe. Have fun.